back to Pyro Falcon Streaming Sundays number 100. This is part 4 of our all-day stream, and we are playing Democracy 3 Africa. Democracy 3 is a fun little political simulator where we get to run a country, and Democracy 3 Africa is a standalone expansion. You can purchase Democracy 3 Africa if you check a link in the video description, and you can also get Democracy 3, the base game, which you'll also see down there. But again, you don't need the original to get Africa if you don't want it. So we've already had people sign up in the chat for who wants to play along, and I apologize for now killing the audio for a second while I deal with moving some stupid crap around. And now we're back. Okay, so we are going to be playing this in a rotation. The chatters in the chat get to run the country however they want to run the country without my interference, although I will be playing too. So, yes, country Africa. So we have, okay, I'll list off the countries. Go ahead and scream one in the Kalo says, why are we running the country when we just destroyed the world? Maybe we're picking up the pieces of the world. So we can be in, and I know I'm going to fuck up all these names, but we're in, is that Mauritius? Mauritius. Botswana, Tunisia, which I always pronounce I forget how I pronounce it, but I always pronounce it wrong. South Africa, Ghana, Senegal, Zambia, Kenya, Nigeria, and Egypt. If you guys have any suggestions about which country you want us to run, just shout it out in the chat. We will try to pick the country that you want to pick. Crowbeak immediately shouts for Kenya. So if anyone has any objection, we'll go to unless someone has any objection, we'll go to Kenya.
Yay, Kenya.
Yay, Kenya. And yes, I have no idea why I've been lagging as bad as I have. I would assume, wow, everyone's just shouting different countries. Maybe that was a bad idea. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. We have 6. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't happen to have a 10-sided die, do you?
Nope.
Okay.
All I have is 6 and some 20s somewhere.
I am going to a D&D dice roller on the internet, and we are going to roll for country. Let's see. No, I don't want a 6-sided die, you piece of crap. Dice roller, Wizards of the Coast. Yay! You would think I would have had that bookmarked. All right. Which one of those is the 10 side? Oh, there it is. Is it this one? Yeah, that's the D4. Or D10, rather. Okay, roll that shit. It's number 7. 7 came up. So, well, with... yeah, exactly. Okay, so country number 7 wins, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be Zambia. All right. So, Zambia is going to be our country. We have 14 million people. I don't know how big of a square footage that is, or square kilometerage, whatever, square area that is compared to, like, normal countries. $4,100 per capita, 8605 foreign aid per capita, and pretty shitty on the rest of those numbers. And we're pretty corrupt, too. Sweet.
Yay!
All right, so apparently we are going to try to survive for 5 years, and for that matter, we have a term limit of 2 term limits, so possibly 10. Political apathy is 46%. Okay, whatever. I'm going to go with default values for all this. So, but I am going to change the name of our party. So we are the Blazing Hawks Party. And we are against the... what would be the opposite of a hawk?
Kestrel?
Why Zambia? No one wanted it. Oh, anyway. What? Wait, what? What's the opposite of a hawk?
I don't know. I just thought kestrel. It's another kind of bird.
Castrol?
Kestrel.
Kestrel?
Kestral.
Our opposition is the Icy Flamingos.
Wow.
Yes.
Really feeling your love and support right now.
What?
I'm joking.
I didn't even hear what you said.
I said I'm really feeling.
No, before that, because you're pitching me on the hawks eat rodents. Yeah, exactly. Hawks and doves. That's actually not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, because we're hawks and doves and shit.
Right. Okay, the icy doves. Thank you, Mom. Good contribution. Okay, so we are against the icy doves party, because screw those people. Okay, if you have never seen Democracy 3 before, I'm going to warn you right off the bat that the main screen is... Yes, I don't need the tutorial, thank you. The main screen is incredibly confusing, so I will try to talk you through it. Our first couple turns are going to be a little on the long side. So, this is the first thing we need to see, and this is our overall situation. Our GDP, health, and education are all garbage, and we have high unemployment, mediocre crime, and high poverty. So, it's a pretty shitty nation. We're going to turn it around. Alright, so this is the main screen. And again, if this is the first time you've seen it, I know that this looks horrifying. It looks absolutely horrifying. So, I will walk you through it. So, the circles have 4 colors, as you can see. Blue circles are information circles. So just for the top left here, if we hover over, or if we can click rail usage, just random thing, so you can see how many people use the train. And that's all this is, although this also tells us what causes it and what the effects are for having rail usage. So if rail usage is down, car usage would probably be up, and vice versa. White circles are the policy circles, and those are the things that you can change. So again, just grabbing a random one in transport, this is road building. So in road building, we could change the slider to change how much money we invest in building roads. You can see the cost of changing any policy here, higher or lower, and it's based on political capital. The currency is here. So we have 47 points of capital, and doing any change to road building would cost exactly 18 points. Pretty simple. To me, anyway. The green and red circles are factors that have resulted from decisions we've made, or in this case, from the previous administration. Green is good for the country, red is bad for the country. And if we click on any of those, we can see how to change them and what their effects are and how to get out of it. So, for example, we'll grab this red one, which is religious persecution. So, because this is an effect, anyone who is in a minority religious group is going to be persecuted and possibly killed because of the lack of religious empathy in our nation. So, the blue line is our level. And you can see it's above the red, which is the start trigger. That's why we have religious persecution. If we can get our value below the green line, religious persecution will go away, because that's the stop trigger. So if you, as the player, want to stop religious persecution, then you would try to deal with the causes, which is, at the moment, racial tension and freedom of thought and association. You can affect these two things to try to get religious persecution to be removed. Just about anything in the game can be changed to change something, although it is basically impossible to make everybody happy. That's just the way the world works. However, as, again, you, the player, if there's something specific you want us to do, I can hover the mouse over an issue and we can figure out how to fix it. For example, if you really wanted to fix religious persecution, all we have to do is hover over it, and you can see racial tension is helping to destroy religious persecution, I think is what that means. And freedom of thought and association is feeding into it as well. Maybe racial tension means it's... Okay, I take that back. Okay, so the green line here just means it's making it... It's intensifying the effect. So we have so much racial tension that religious persecution is happening. So if you wanted to cure religious persecution, we would want to go to racial tension. You can see that education, poverty, unemployment, and foreign relations are all feeding into it. So we would want to fix one of those. And the final part of the interface is the central area, which is what everybody thinks of us. You can see it's pretty self-explanatory. Liberals hate us, environmentalists hate us, conservatives hate us, and you can see what's feeding into it, why everybody hates us, and so on and so forth. The only other thing you can really do... Yes, thank you. Like, there's an expenditure... Shut up. There's an expenditure... Shut up. There's an expenditure budget, but we can't actually directly affect anything here. This is just information stuff. The only other thing we can do is create a policy from nothing, and I'm trying to remember where that is. Is it the gears? No. Cabinet ministers, achievements. Oh, implement new policies. It's the light bulb. So these are all the policies that we do not have at all. Like right now, there are no such things as citizenship tests. If we implement it, it costs some political capital, as you can see here, and we can set its slider to anything we want, and you can get a preview of how popular it is, although you don't have to do the popular thing if you don't want to. So the question is, what do we want to do for fixing our country? Everyone is upset about everything according to down here, which isn't good. We have lots of crime, lots of corruption, lots of violent crime, and a bunch of health hazards. And tobacco tax? That's random. Alright, so... God damn, this is nuts. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to try to do, to try to get everyone to calm the hell down a little bit, is we're going to... Coincidentally, I'm going to try to... keep the ethnic minorities a little happy. Not necessarily because I think they're to blame for a lot, because everyone hates us, but the ethnic minorities looks like it's about the second lowest, or maybe third lowest on the list. So I'm going to hover over ethnic minorities. We have too many ghettos. We have border control issues. And so on. So I think I can... Here we go. Minority representation measure. Minority groups in a democratic country... Well, you can read that if you wish. We are going to implement this. Now, I know the popularity is low, but I don't care because I want to try to get a little bit of happiness among our minorities before I do anything else. So I'm going to implement it. And then, again, you can see where we are, or what changing the slider does. So the extreme right would be government quotas of having minorities, which increases democracy, lowers racial tension, increases ethnic minorities, increases liberals, and decreases conservatives. And of course we can go the other way, which is where we have no representation measures, which basically means I'd be wasting political capital. So it depends really on how much we want to upset conservatives versus doing everything else. Since the conservatives already dislike us, I'm going to maximize this to government quota, just so I believe that our overall numbers, I feel it's going to be a net positive. So I will apply those changes. I still only have 17 political capital left, so let's see what else I can do. What's going on with border controls? We have biometric checks. Makes the Patriot... Oh, if you go here and you change your mind, just let me know. I can revert the change and we can exit the screen without actually implementing the change. So I could do random passport checks, which would make the Patriots less happy, but liberals are happier. Immigration increases. Ethnic minorities are happier. Tourism increases and border tensions go down. So I'm going to do random passport checks. We're not quite opening the borders, but we can. Oh, and we can... Some policies can be canceled entirely, but not all of them. Like border controls cannot be. So I am lowering that to minimum. I apply the changes, and we are good to go. I have 4 political capital left. If we pass our turn, half of the political capital we have goes to the next person. I can't really do much with 4, so I will end my turn. So 2 political capital will be added to TC's group, and we are going. So, Crowbeak has said when her turn comes, she wants to see the public policy services that we can do. I will bring that up. Right now, TC is up, and I have fireworks because I got an achievement. Who needs cities and technology anyway when you can have the majority of your citizens out in the fields doing an honest day's toil? There's no apostrophe there. Kind of bothers me. And we unlocked educational failure. It is a sort of modern miracle that we have managed to create a society so poorly educated, and yet somehow it still functions. So crime has gone down a smidge. Nothing else is going on here. Oh, and yes, every turn is a quarter. Every quarter, we may have a question we can do. Foreign militia training. This is an urgent policy question, and this goes to the next person's turn. So TC, this is for you. We have been offered military training by a foreign ally. Their military capabilities exceed our own, executed by active armed forces that have evolved over centuries. Our own security forces would greatly benefit from this training. So, TC, this is on you. Would you like to accept the foreign military training or decline? If you accept, Patriots get upset, but I guess we'll have better military presence, and the reverse is true if we decline. TC says accept. Done. We are getting a surplus of 4.12 whatever the money is, Zambia bucks. So, God, that probably is racist. Anyway, we're getting that money. So feel free to spend a little bit. We should splurge. TC, you are up. You have 51 political capital. Please tell me what you would like to do or see, and I will do what I can to make that happen. There it is. Creationism versus evolution is dead center. Both systems are taught in school. It is currently giving a bit of a bonus to technology backwater, which is a bad thing. It's contributing to a bad thing, and it's getting a hit with the liberals. Just below evolution only. Copy that. I'm going to dial it in. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Done. Emphasis on evolution. Just one notch below evolution only. The change is applied. Okay, you still have 21 political capital left, TC. And TC says anti-corporation agency. Establish an anti-corporation enforcement agency. Eliminating corruption may be mandated, but detecting perpetrators and prosecuting them is the only way to stamp out the abuse of power for personal gain. The more resources an anti-corruption agency has, the more powerful the offenders they can bring to justice. Waiting for your confirmation, and then we can set a slider. So here is your slider, and since you are implementing the policy for the first time, you can do anywhere on the slider, and it will not cost any additional political capital. At the medium bit, you can see corruption will go down, and state employees, what they think about us will also go down. We can go anywhere from none to maximum. We have all the way up. You got it. At maximum, corruption goes down by a quarter. It's pretty damn good. And state employees like us 20% less. The change is applied. And with one political capital left, you do not have room for anything else, so that ends your turn. Okay, so far so good. Crowbeak, you are now up, and you have an urgent policy question, although, look at this, crime's gone down. We're getting somewhere, guys. Okay, Crowbeak. There are a number of suspected links between smoking and poor health. Pressure groups have called on a ban on all smoking in public as an encouragement to smokers to give up. So it is up to you at the moment. Crowbeak, do you wish to ban all smoking or leave the law unchanged? Obviously, people will like you less, but health will go up if you ban smoking, and the reverse is true if you don't. Half a political capital. Ban it, Crowbeak says in all caps. Public smoking is banned. All right. Our approval rate is disappointing. If we believe the polls, you would get just 0% of the vote. Well, we're going to try to turn that shit around. Okay, Crow. Indeed. Okay, Crowbeak. By the way, there are some icons underneath where I have the chat box. I kind of apologize for it, but I can't put the chat box anywhere without covering something up. If you need some information about what's under there, just let me know. But let's see. Crowbeak asked to see 2 different things, but the scroll has gone on. Yes, I apologize for the lag. I assume it's on my end. There's only so much I can do with a shitty internet connection. Okay, do healthcare vouchers. Okay. Healthcare voucher starts at 50%. 75%? Okay, about 75% is, say, here. Poor earnings go up, middle earnings go up, equality goes up, socialism goes down? Does that make sense? I think it would go up, but... Oh, because we're not actually... Okay, whatever. And private healthcare gets super happy at 42%. So I'm waiting on a confirmation before I apply the change. Yep, that is why I wait for a confirmation, Crowbeak. Healthcare vouchers crank it all the way up. Okay, awaiting your confirmation before I click apply change. And yes, that makes a lot of people super happy. And socialism membership goes down. I'm like, I don't see why socialism membership would go down if this is essentially socialism, isn't it? Or is it just a middle ground? I mean, it's weird. Anyway, so yes, again, waiting confirm. Let's see. Go ahead and crank state health services all the way up as well. Okay, so we are applying for healthcare vouchers. Or, yeah, applying the change for healthcare vouchers. And then state health all the way up. Let me see if I can find that real quick. It's that one. Yeah, state health service. Okay, maximum up is poor is happy, or basically intensifies all the effects here. Super pisses off private healthcare, but I mean, this is just gonna have to counteract. Yes, copy that. I got you, Crowbeak. But I will still wait for full confirmations, so since you can see the effect. But anyway, yes. Now this big red negative bar is only taking this one thing into account. So just because private healthcare is now at minus 75%. That's only because of how they're reacting to state health. So because of the other change we made, the change will be mitigated. I'm sure you're figuring that out. But yes, this will massively hack into HIV, AIDS, and malaria, as you can tell. AIDS goes down, malaria goes down significantly. It'll still take a few years before we can fully do it, but it'll work. And she confirms we apply the change. You have 14 political capital left. That's still enough to make some changes, if you wish. I notice the conservatives are liking us more. And it looks like we have way more conservatives in the country than we have liberals. We basically have no liberals, so I sort of did the wrong play on my turn. Clean fuel. Okay. That will cost all of your remaining political capital. And once again, it's a slider. At minimum, well, you can see, and at maximum, the environment is improved, environmentalists are happier, motorists are happier, and motorist income is happier. Like, there's no downside to doing this other than our financial cost, which at maximum is only $41 million per quarter. And that is correct. This will help with pollution, which will affect health. Very indirectly, but it will happen. And we can very easily maximize it. Right, at maximum. Okay, so, done. And that is your turn.
Yay!
So, conservatives at the end of your turn are happier, and patriots are a little unhappier. Which is probably good because, again... Oh, that's one thing I did not explain. The background of those groups represents how many people are in those groups. So if you see liberals is pure white, that means there's basically no liberals in our country. So we don't give a crap what the liberals think here. And for conservatives, it's almost everybody, if not everybody. So if we want to get super popular, we would need to pander to them. That's up to you if you want to, though. Next turn. So, Lord Ariados, you are now up, even though you just said BRB. But we'll wait for you if necessary. And it looks like we do not have an urgent policy for Lord Ariados. We simply have an airplane crash. An airplane owned by the national carrier has crashed, killing all on board. Thank you, sound effect. Poor maintenance has been cited for the crash of the onboard system's failure, and the government blamed for low safety standards. Tourism, foreign relations, everyone and state employees all take a hit. Lovely. So, we also apparently have a security briefing about a terrorist group called the Moral Crusade. They should be considered an active threat. Now, if we care about terrorism, there are security measures we can employ, but like with a lot of things, it's useful to go after the thing that's causing them to be upset, rather than to go with them against them in the first place. So, Lord Ariados, you have 40 points of political capital. Please tell me what you would like to do. Lord Ariados wishes to ban female genital mutilation. Which I believe is, yes, here. Oh god, razor blade. Okay. So we can ban it. We can do an enforced ban or a heavily enforced ban. Increasing it increases our opinions from women and liberals at a small hit to conservatives. So, Lord Ariados, please select a location of the slider, and then I will apply the change. Heavily enforced ban all the way up. Done. You now have 35 political capital left. What would you like to do? So for the armed police force, we are currently almost at 0. So increasing it will do that, as you can see, as the cops will be running around with MP5s. So, street gangs, armed robbery, race riots all go down, crime goes down, but liberals will be pissed. Although, again, please remember that the liberals are the extreme minority in our country. Okay, so the cops now have submachine guns. And, Lord Ariados, you have 25 political capital. Please let me know what else you wish to do. And I just realized the little arrows here are what the previous turn did. So, Crowbeak helped the environmentalists with a hit to state employees. So we don't know what Lord Ariados is doing yet. Lord Ariados says he ends his turn. Okay. So 12 points of political capital will go to Jonathan Smith. Crime has gone down. Unemployment has gone down. Okay, Jonathan Smith. Is he still in the chat? Yes, he is. Okay. Oil drilling opportunity, buddy. Oil companies are keen to get permission to drill for oil in part of the country protected as a wildlife refugee. The oil supplies under the refuge are considerable, but the drilling would have a negative impact on the environment. So if we allow the drilling, we'll get a bunch of money. We'll probably get some jobs. And let's see, we'll be better with energy, but the environment will take a hit, which will in turn eventually affect health, possibly tourism, but the money we get might make up for it. So it is up to you, Jonathan Smith. Do we allow the drilling or stick with the law and not allow it to happen? Jonathan chooses to allow drilling. All right, done. Looks like we're good otherwise. Moral Crusade is continuing to be jerks. Okay. Good news. The global economy is doing well, and this is having a positive effect on our GDP. That is good. Okay, Jonathan, you have 58 political capital. Quite a bit. Let us know what you would like to do. And again, if you just want a little direction, just need some information, feel free to choose. Okay, so gender representation. Where was that? Welfare? Yes, gender representation measure. That would take more than half of your political capital, but it would be slightly better than even for popularity. I'll wait for your confirmation before I click implement. So the minimal is, of course, none. You can go advisory body, government quota, or equal representation. And you can see at 75%, that would be about government quota. Democracy up by 6%. Gender inequality down by 13. Women like us 13% higher. Liberals like us 6% higher. Conservatives like us 6% less. Jonathan confirms, so 75% for gender representation. Police drones. Okay, at a 64% popularity. The most expensive will be $356 million, which is easily affordable. This will likely be the last thing you can do, since you won't have that much political capital left, although you'll have a little bit at 8. Okay, implementing police drones. At minimum, liberals, okay, no matter what it is, liberals and crime and violent crime and street gangs and race riots all go down. So it is up to you how far you want to take that. Anything from 0 to 100. And don't worry about the financial cost. We're still running at a surplus at the moment. Okay, 100% here for police drones. Done. You have... Oh, I miscalculated. You have 12 political capital left. That's actually quite a bit. Gender Discrimination Act will cost 5 political capital. It makes discrimination against women illegal. As well as equal rights for women being written into law, the step can be taken to correct historic inequality with positive action. So clearly, of course, this will upset conservatives at the cost or the trade-off of making women happier, and liberals. So just tell me to confirm it if you are sure that's what you want to do. I assume that means you wanted the maximum, Jonathan? 100. Okay, cool. And he ends his turn. All right. So, Kalo, you are up. Patriotic plot. Although we have always considered the extreme patriots, such as the members of the Patriot Army, to be a bit crazed, the rhetoric coming from this organization in recent weeks has taken a turn for the worse. Many of them now seem certain that a military attack against their own government is justified and desirable. We do not believe that they are currently planning such an attack, but these are dangerous people, and we need to keep a close eye on them. That's the Patriot Army. Okay, I will look up some security briefing on them. Looks like the Moral Crusade is continuing to do their thing. But armed robbery situation is now at an end. So that means that money goes up for everybody. Crime's gone down. Safety is up. We are doing good, people. Getting rid of those reds is very important. So thanks to all the decisions you have made, armed robbery is done. So there is an urgent policy question that requires Kalo's attention. A law has been proposed to regulate the fat content and nutritional value of food sold to children, including food sold in the fast food restaurants and, of course, food served in schools. This is likely to incur a cost to the food retailers. So, Kalo, do we leave the law unchanged, or do we regulate children's food? If we regulate the food, health will go up, but the cost will kind of hurt us because we will apparently be paying for the difference, especially for the schools. Or we could leave it unchanged because it's up to parents and kids to make their own decisions. So, Kalo, it is up to you to choose. Kalo says regulate. Done. And I love this. Crime is now green and unemployment is now yellow. We are making progress.
Yay!
Kalo, you have 38 political capital. Please select what you wish to do. While Kalo makes his decision, I will quickly mention that political capital is going up and down based on how much our ministers like us. Shut up. Here is our ministers, and you can see their numbers here. We can spend capital to fire people, but firing a minister pisses off everybody because it shows that we have no faith in our own government. The only thing is, like this dude, for example, he has sympathies toward religious and women, so we've been making him happy with the decisions we've made. But welfare, he would be a little unhappy with patriots and capitalists due to the some of the decisions we've made. Law and Order guy really hates us. It may sometime be worth it to fire him, but I would always rather not if we can help it. And let's see. Let's see. There was something else I was going to check. What the hell? Unlike my fellow honorable government members, I shall not be throwing my weight around to mess with this country. I shall pass on my points to the most honorable Pyro, as I believe he is most suitable for helping our glorious country.
Wow, there's some faith.
All right. Fair enough. I will take the 19 points into my turn. All right. Yes, thank you. We'll look at the Patriot Army. Okay, crime is almost nothing. Race riots has ended, street gangs have now ended, and oil wealth has now developed. Oh my god, we are doing so well all of a sudden. The Sacred Sword is an extreme religious organization which has been making a high number of specific threats. Uh-oh. Okay. And sports team seeks asylum abroad. The national football team is refusing to return from an international tournament. They are seeking asylum in the tournament's host country, claiming their lives would be in danger if they were to return. That sucks. It's because I put a dick ribbon on AJ Soares, isn't it? There's a very inside joke. Okay.
Wow.
So I now have 46 political capital to work with. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do under law and order... Actually, no. I was going to do community policing, but our policing is fine. What is not fine is dealing with security threats. Our armed police is very good. Oh my god. Look at all these threats against us. The Sacred Sword is nothing, but they are super threatening. The Moral Crusade is going on. Oh my god. Alright, I'm going to enact CCTV cameras since a lot of people want that anyway. We're going to do that at maximum. I don't care about the liberals. And conservatives are happier, that's fine. Violent crime and crime goes down. That's good. I'll take it. Copy Crowbeak. And then I will also... There was something else I was going to do. Let's increase our intelligence service as well. Small spy agency. I like going extreme. Crime down, patriots up, foreign intelligence. What? Interference is down. Okay. I'm good with that. Spy satellite network. We are a tiny little... African nation, and we're sending spy satellites into space.
All right, I'm making a note of Krobik's requests here.
Copy. Let's increase the number of cops we have too. So crime down, violent crime down, corruption down, conservatives up, state employees membership up, state employees income up, unemployment down. I'm good with all of that. Okay. Let's see. And that's all blah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going balls out for law and order right now. Community policing. Why not? Why not? Wait, that makes the liberals happy? That's weird. Okay, whatever. I don't care how much this is costing us. I am now paranoid, so I want to protect us. And Race Discrimination Act is a 0%. Okay, I will... like, if this was real life, I'd want to do it, but since it's a 0% popularity with voters, I won't. Just because. I can't think of anything else I want to do, and we've got a lot of green going for this. Hopefully, it will be enough to start defending us. So I will pass my 3 political capital to TC. Patriotic plot. Okay, still keeping a close eye on the Patriot Army. Alright, crime is even further down. Woot. At the cost of everything else. Okay, STD education program, TC. There is a significant incidence of sexually transmitted disease amongst our people. In order to stem any further spread, it has been recommended that we undertake a national program of education based on the latest international research. Foreign aid has been promised to back the campaign. So if we do it, conservatives will be pissed, liberals will be happy, religious will probably be really upset, but health will go up. TC confirms to start the program, and we are good to go with his turn. TC, you have 30 political capital. Keeps trickling down a little bit due to ministers getting less and less loyal. Yeah, only our tax guy is over 3 now. Everyone's a little unhappy with the way we're running things. But screw him. Them. None of them are loyal to us, or super loyal to us anymore. Okay, rural development. It will most likely help poverty. Okay. So, here we go. We can be at, well, you can see here, the higher you go, poor earnings up, unemployment down, equality up, rural people up, GDP up, rural membership up, agricultural efficiently up. TC says, go to 100 and end turn. Done. Okay, Crowbeak, you are up. Religious plot. Our security services have been watching the group of religious extremists known as Sacred Sword for some time, and recent statements by their leader have given us cause for concern. The organization has become more militant, often advocating violence and direct attacks against non-believers and specifically us. We believe this represents a material threat to our security, and we should keep a close eye on them. Okay, so crime continues to plummet, which is great. Global GDP is good. We're running at a budget deficit of about $500 million. Okay, and Crowbeak. Curb banking bonuses. There have been calls in the media for the government to do something about big bonus payments being made to company CEOs despite falling profits. In cases where companies have failed to make a profit, the government has been asked to force companies to withhold bonus payments from top executives. So we can either force that restrictive bonus or do nothing. It's up to you. Crowbeak says do nothing. Copy that. And we are now in. So science funding is something we can actually do.
Put your hands on your hips.
And
tuck your knees in tight.
I forgot about that.
It's the pelvic thrust. Really drives you insane. Let's do the time warp again. Yes?
Okay, first of all, I kind of wish I get a picture of you doing that because you always make the same face after you're done singing. It's the same face you would make as a babu that you don't want to be caught putting your hand in the cookie jar.
Embarrassment catches up with me. I'm just like, oh, God.
Oh, but I like you singing. We can't have a stream, an all-day stream without you singing.
Smile and you won't get attacked.
So, all the way up, it'd cost us $1 billion per quarter, practically, but you can see the major effects it would have over time. It would really destroy our technology backwater bullshit. So, yeah, and of course, again, you can put it anywhere within this range if you wish. Do it at 100%? Okay. So, done. That's about as much as we're spending on literally everything else. That's yeah. Oh, no. I was off by a decimal place. Never mind. Luxury tax. Okay. That will cost 14 political capital, so you won't have too many moves left after that. She confirms implement. Okay. Right now it's a 46% tax. I'll just take a straight number here. Everything from 1% tax to 90% tax. At maximum, wealthy takes the hit. And so do capitalists and high earnings, but equality goes up and socialists go significantly up. So yes, just give me a number from 1 to 90 inclusive. Okay, default value is 47, I believe. Which is right here, and then end my turn. You got it. Okay, done. Crime-free utopia achievement. Woot! Like nowhere else, the citizens of this country can now walk the streets safely and sleep sound in their beds knowing that crime is practically consigned to the history books. Congratulations. And we've been shot. Today is a dark day for democracy, as a group of religious extremists calling themselves Sacred Sword succeeded in assassinating the democratically elected ruler of this country. A combined attack involving half a dozen gunmen and a powerful car bomb overwhelmed our security services at a recent public speaking event. 20 people died, including you. Game over.
There's virtually no crime!
I mean, technically, we're not going to see any more laws being broken, so... Freedom! I mean,
Yay.
safety! Well, that was fun. Oh, God. Okay. Well. As fun as that was Democracy 3 Africa. Too bad I never got to implement Jonathan Smith's space program.
Oh.
But that's all right. If you guys on YouTube are watching this and enjoying the game, you should buy Democracy 3 Africa or Democracy 3 or both from the... wow, indeed.
That's twice we've been killed by
religious extremists. Yeah, I know.
Technically 3 times.
3 times?
In the original Democracy, we were killed by the Black Panther Party.
Oh, that's right, when we did it for the main channel.
Although, with how much we were dragging our asses on their race issues, I'd kill us too.
Wait, Crowbeak is grabbing my attention for something. If you're taking suggestions for what to play, I have one. Oh yeah, give me a suggestion. Shoot, we don't have to end the party yet. But if you are watching this on YouTube, this was the conclusion of this part again by Democracy 3 Africa or Democracy 3 or both from Steam. A link is in the video description. And you can come to the streams every week, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you're watching this on Hitbox, stick around. We've got probably 1 or 2 more games left. Not Civ, because that would take 6 hours. But if you are watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Keep your eyes open for tomorrow for the next part of my all-day stream.